Hello everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late with this video. It's been a wild past few days. I couldn't really get a lot done. But anyways, I'm back. And it's kind of good that it took me a while to do this video because I was able to really gather my thoughts and go much more in depth with all of his abilities than I've seen most videos do online. That's one good thing that came out of all this. So yeah, first of all, I would like to start off with saying, what the fuck, Blizzard? What's going on? Why are you doing this to us Doomfist fans? Robotic Bob Marley can projectile punch through shields, whose ultimate is essentially the reverse spirit bomb. How can you make an ultimate move like his while ours still has trouble killing McCree's? Blizzard is straight up provoking me, and it hurts. No, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, Ramattra is not a better Doomfist. They are very different characters. He can only punch half the time and has no movement skills. If anything, I think he's going to suffer from the same issues Reinhardt has, which is actually getting to the enemy. Ramattra looks cool as hell and extremely fun to play. However, I don't see him being that OP. But maybe he is going to be OP, because Blizzard likes to make their new heroes like very, very strong, like strong as hell, and then nerfing them later on. So, you know, maybe some mind games like that or something they do on purpose because, you know, with how they're doing the monetization in their shop, they have a slight sinister side. But anyways, I personally think he will be getting killed a lot. Just like Reinhardt or like a Roadhog with no self-healing. I also think Doomfist would be quite a good matchup against him, simply because when he's in his Nemesis mode, he needs to get close to the enemy, but Doomfist would be knocking him all over the place. I've said before, I can kill a Reinhardt without taking like any damage from them, but even if I do take damage, it's probably going to my empowered fist, which, you know, just allows me to knock him around a lot more. So yeah, besides his ultimate, I don't really know if he's going to be OP, but we'll see. Anyways, let's begin. The first move we have is the Void Accelerator. His primary is interesting. It's like a continuous beam of bullets. It looks like it. So from the videos, it looks like it was doing like actually a ton of damage. And I think it gets crit bonus, which is, you know, it's kind of wild. it's kind of wild, especially if he can get like up close to people, and that's his play style. But yeah, it's a cool lantern-like staff thing. I like when they describe that the inspiration for the design was to be kind of based off of a pharaoh in the desert, and you know, instead of being like a sandbender, they just replaced it with nanomachines. Like that's really cool as hell. Anyways, it looks easy to aim and pretty strong, so he's definitely gonna lean towards one of those selfish Roadhog-like tanks who's essentially a giant DPS character. So the second move is his barrier, and he also just has a normal shield. I've seen people complain about another shield being put into the game and comparing it to the problems of Overwatch 1, but no, that's not anywhere near the same thing, guys. The problem in Overwatch 1 was that you had two tanks with shields. So it was just there's just consistently tanks all over the place, and they would just kind of, you know, cycle them out. So I don't think the same problem will be the same over here, because we only have one tank. Also, his tank is on a 15-second cooldown, if I remember correctly. That's long as hell. He'll probably only be able to use it like one or maximum twice per engagement. Not to mention, he'll be in his Nemesis form for 50% of the time, right? 8 seconds to get in, and then when you're inside of it, you're only there for 8 seconds, and then you revert back. So it's going to be 50-50. So that already reduces his access to having a shield to being down 50% of the time. I do wonder, however, if enemies can just walk through his barrier, because in the trailer he put it up in front of a McCree, I think, and I don't see why the McCree couldn't just walk in front of the shield, then, you know, roll back if he needed healing. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I think the shield has 1000 HP, but with how mobile characters are now, I can just see players just kind of running around it if they can't go through it. So yeah, like I said earlier, he doesn't really seem like the type of tank that's protecting anyone. So the next move is the Ravenous Vortex. So this follows the current rubric of tanks in Overwatch 2, I guess, where the tanks are the only characters who are allowed to CC, besides, you know, like Junkrat and Mei. But those characters were originally defense characters, so it's Very important to their kit. So anyways, him being able to ground flyers is a fucking game changer. I know that in Gold and Below, Pharaohs are extremely hard to deal with. Like, very hard, because niggas can't aim. Especially when you have to play against a Pharmacy, because that stuff is annoying to deal with even at higher levels. Him being able to ground Pharaohs will essentially make Pharaohs useless. Because at higher levels, people could just shoot her down. But now at more average levels, they would also have a pretty good solution for her. So she might actually need a buff or something, I don't know. They also say that people with jump abilities will go almost nowhere. Which is great, right? Especially if you're Doomfist. As if we needed another counter. But I'm curious about the vertical range of this move. Like, if I'm high enough in the air over it, will it still affect me? I also wonder if it'll pull me down mid-leap. Like, if I'm Doomfist jumping into the enemy, and then they put it down where I am in the air. Like, will it just shoot me down? Will it just shoot me down into the ground, like Luffy and Kaido? So yeah, also, another obvious reason for this move is because of to offset his lack of mobility. So I would imagine he puts this move down, he's in his Nemesis form, and then he just runs straight up to you and just starts wailing on you. So yeah, let's talk about the Nemesis form. Awesome looking design again. This is awesome. He looks like that guy from he looks exactly like that guy from Metro Prime 3. I forgot what his name was, maybe Drax? I don't know. But there was a robot guy who has like a very similar design to this character. Anyways, his primary is called Pummel. Let's talk about his punch. How dare he? How dare he? How dare Blizzard? Dude punches energy blast through shields. Now again, I'm just kidding. He can only punch half the time and has no CC. The move is really cool, and I especially love the hand motions resembling Zenyatta's. So yeah, he punches through barriers, which is fine, I guess, right? Because all punches and physical attacks go through barriers. Plus again, he has no mobility. However, I don't really like the addition of more moves that go through shields. Since I remember there was an interview with Jeff Kaplan where he said that they are really hesitant in making moves that can go through shields because they don't want, you know, the feeling of being safe behind a shield to go away. So yeah, next we have his block ability. So essentially this is Doomfist power block, but without any benefits. And I say benefits with quotation marks, right? Because the benefit is the empowered fist. Now my question is, if this prevents him from being CC'd. If so, then that is one hell of a trade-off when compared to Doomfist. We get an empowered fist and they get the freedom from CC, and it also has no cooldowns. That would, that would hurt. That would hurt. So if you're skilled enough, you'd be able to catch certain CCing moves. Well, all moves really, but certain CC moves. Anyways, he's huge and slow, so this is one reason why I think his extreme lack of mobility and huge size makes him more like a Reinhardt than a Doomfist. Again, I believe he's going to be a tank that's very easy to kill. Now for his ultimate. Oh my lord, this ultimate is fucking crazy. His ultimate is called Annihilation, and essentially it's the reverse of Zenyatta's ult. Where Zenyatta heals all his allies, Ramattra hurts all his enemies. The cool thing about it is that it stays active as long as there's enemies in the area. This is fucking crazy, especially in those games that are in overtime where you have to continuously stream into your enemy team, kind of trickling in to, you know, keep the point alive. This ultimate essentially is the counter to tricklers. Like, I imagine that in a bronze game, it will actually never stop because people just don't know when to stop fighting. Having this move up for like an entire minute should be its own achievement. Also, the flavor of this move is really cool. When this pops off, everyone will need to focus fire on him or run away. I imagine it would be like an all hands on deck type of situation when playing against him, exactly the way the video portrayed it. At the same time, I can't believe they made this ult while Doomfist ult is still utter shit. Like, I can't, like, is this the same team? Is this the same? Like, how can you have such a cool ultimate on one character and just utter nonsense on another? I don't, the balancing team, man, they are something else. There's no way. Now, the ultimate doesn't look like it latches onto you if you're behind a shield. So this might be a reason for Reinhardt's to be, you know, more viable again. And Ramattra is also very chargeable, so who knows? But yeah, Winston should be able to put a bubble on him, unless the giant ball of light is higher than the spherical shield. But yeah, he seems to be doing maybe like 50 damages a second or 30 damages a second or something like that. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, that's my analysis of this character. Just some of the things I thought about some of my, you know, Doomfist comparison topics. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. I love you. I'm gonna interrupt this video to remind you to like and subscribe. If 10% of the people who watch my videos were subscribed, I would be able to be a YouTube partner or be an official YouTube channel. So please guys, help me out.